Hello, good evening, friends. Good evening. I'm Tia Ramey. I am your communications coach. I love coaching leaders and giving them communication tips and strategies to help them both personally and professionally. That's what I do. I always say that the two great things that I do best, I make great content for leaders and I help leaders make great content. I wanted to do a very special episode tonight. This is for those of you who have been discouraged. This is for those of you who may be experiencing some bad memories and maybe you're finding yourself lost in despair. So if you have friends who need to join this broadcast, maybe they're going through some depression, maybe they're struggling with some anxious thoughts about the past and some struggles and things that they're going through, that is what tonight's episode is going to be for. So I just want to thank those of you who've been listening and tuning into my live broadcast. Like I said, I'm here to help leaders who want to change the world and give them the winning tips and strategies to support their inner dialogue and help them talk to themselves. And I always say that if you know how to talk to yourself, how you talk to others will resolve itself. But let's work on developing that healthy inner dialogue that helps you just go another day, that helps you make it, right? And I always have to put my disclaimer out there that this tonight is a kingdom conversation. I love coming from the perspective of my faith. And so for those of you who are part of this kingdom, you know who you are. If you are not, that's okay. You feel free to inbox me if you're curious about my faith. I love sharing my faith with the world. But anyhow, let's just take a step in a journey into talking through some things that you may be going through. One thing I have to say is that, trust me, I am coming from the perspective of someone who's been through a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of disappointment, obstacles, so much. And I have plenty of clients who I've seen, just tried to coach them through hard times in their life. Sometimes they've gone through hard times in their personal life, their professional life. And if you've ever tried to succeed in any way, there are so many obstacles and barriers that come up. Some of them are personal. Some of them are insecurities. There's so many things that happen on the journey of you just trying to make it, trying to love on people being jealous of you, people who are trying to destroy you. And so sometimes we find ourselves getting caught and getting stuck because there's a lot of betrayal on that journey. Not gonna lie, and I'm pretty sure that if anyone is watching this broadcast, you've been betrayed before. It could be by someone close to you, right, in your family. It could be with someone in your office, but we've all been through betrayal. We've all been through heartbreak. We've all been through pain. And so what I wanna do tonight is I wanna help you develop that inner language that you need to go from victim into victory. How do you coach yourself? How do you coach your thoughts and help to take your emotions by the horns and pull yourself back together so that you can go another day? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Please make sure you share this broadcast. Tag some of your friends who you know are going through a hard time. I promise you this is going to be a blessing to them. But let me just say first that you need to know your inner power. You have to know it. You are so powerful. You're so powerful. You have to know you're powerful. Do you know that mankind is the most powerful being in this universe? You're limitless. You're boundless. Have you ever seen an animal have a pet human? No. We have humans who have pet animals. You know why? Because you have dominion over everything. Dominion. You rule, you reign. You are powerful. You are incredible. You don't see fish come out of the water and try to master the land. That's not what happens. We can go into the water. We can go into the space. We can go into the sky. We can go into the land. We can do anything. So embrace your inner power. There's nothing that you can't build. There's nothing that you cannot create. There is nothing that you cannot do. And so if you can do all of that, look at the technology that we have. Look at everything that's been developed. Everything that's been invented is by mankind, okay? Like, that's incredible. There is no other species that's going around inventing at the capacity that we do, creating new things and constantly innovating and growing and excelling and accelerating. So embrace that. That is your heritage. That's what's in your body. That's what's inside of you. And if you can build, you can create, you can make pyramids, skyscrapers, whatever, electricity, cell phones, internet, all these things are inside of us. The mind, we can do this, and we can get past the obstacle of getting past the things that hurt us, the things that are weighing us down and keeping us from embracing our destiny. So we're going to have this conversation tonight because you have to know your inner power. You have to know your inner strength. You have to know that you can't stay in this place of being the victim. Not at the level, not the capacity that you can create. You can create that victory, okay? But you have to have the faith and you have to acknowledge who you are, who God made you to be. You are made in his image. Incredible. Embrace that and know what that means so that you can understand yourself a little bit better and understand the right that you have to build confidence in yourself to go out and do the things that's in your body. Some of us have dreams. Some of us are not focused because we are being haunted by ideas. We're writing down songs. We're writing down lyrics. We're writing down books. We're jotting down. We have all these things happening in our mind, and you will continue to be haunted until you bring that vision into fruition. So go ahead and let go of the limitations, because I'm telling you, you're limitless, you're boundless, and you have to embrace that, and you have to understand that about yourself, okay? So understand, know your inner power. That's the very first thing you need to do. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to learn how to develop a winning language, okay? What does this winning language sound like? How does it sound when someone is ready to win? How do you coach your heart out of the losing zone? First things first, gratitude is so important. If you can develop a language of gratitude, let me tell you what that sounds like. You know what? I am so grateful that they did that, because now I see who they truly are. You know what? I am so glad that that happened to me, because now I'm stronger and I'm better for it. You know what? I'm glad that that happened, because now I can see the truth. I'm no longer naive. I'm not saying that sometimes your feelings may not be there yet, but that language is a vehicle. Words are a vehicle. So go ahead and start to coach yourself into understanding that you can be better for the bad things that have happened. The things that, the ways that people have hurt you or betrayed you, you can be better. Doesn't mean they're better. Doesn't make the situation good. But it means that you can be better. And you do not have to be bound to those situations. You do not have to be bound to those things that happened to you. You don't have to be bound to the past. Allow yourself a language that enables you to grow and to look back at that. Give yourself a bird's eye view and say, that's who I was. They took advantage of someone who was naive. They took advantage of someone who trusted them. They took advantage of someone. That's not who you are today. So give yourself a nice bridge out of that. Develop that winning language. Say, I'm grateful for who I have today. I'm grateful that I have real friends now. I'm grateful that I'm smarter and I'm wiser, and now I know how to pick better people in my life. I am much smarter now than I was. I'm not as trusting as I used to be, and I'm grateful for that, because now I can hold on to my resources better. I'm smarter about managing my resources. I'm a better steward over what I have. I'm wiser with people I'm interacting with now. So give yourself that language of gratitude to help you build a bridge out of your despair. Gratitude is very important. Tell yourself how grateful that you are, that you're coming out. It's not that you're grateful that it happened. You are grateful that you are coming out and you are leaving the past in the past. Give yourself distance. That's another thing you need to do in your winning language. Create distance. You can say, they tried to do this to me, but they failed. That's distance, right? Because if you say, they did this to me, this happened, then you're very close to the issue. And sometimes something can happen a long time ago, but in the moment that you're feeling it and you're processing those emotions, it's like it's happening to you all over again. So I want you to develop a language that creates distance between you and the situation, so you can remind yourself that you are far removed from it. You may remember it, but let's put the distance there. They tried, but they failed. You can say 20 years ago, that was 6 months ago, but today, this is who I am today. Remind yourself how long ago it was so that you can take some inventory for your growth and for how long ago it was, so that you don't find yourself stuck in those places in your mind. It's so easy to do, and I am telling you, as a person with experience, what I have to do to remind myself that, hey, you are past this. This cannot hurt you anymore. You are coming out of this. Remember that, okay? I want you to remember that by creating distance in your language. They tried to bury me, but I was a seed. I grew. They tried to take me down, but here I am. I am up. What they meant for evil, God meant for good. You create distance between yourself and them. So find those words that you need to separate yourself from this, so that you can help yourself remember that this is distant from who I am today. And you can take inventory of the different steps that you've taken to grow. Sometimes, we've dealt with some narcissistic personalities who've taken and taken and taken from us, especially if you're a leader, especially if you're a giver, especially if you're very loving. It's disappointing every single time it happens. But I tell you what, one thing that they will do is those types of people who you are always giving to, they help you break free from your codependency. so you can stop people pleasing and you will live your purpose and you will embrace your destiny, not because that's what people want you to do, but because this is who you are now and this is what you have to do so that you can succeed in life. So it's okay. Put distance there between you and the narcissist. Create the distance. Today, I'm done trying to make people happy. Today, I am done pleasing people. I used to be that kind of person 10 years ago, 5 months ago, 3 months ago. Last week, create the distance so that you can take some inventory of your growth. That is very, very important. Another important tip that I want to give you when it comes to developing your winning language, going from victim to victory, is for you to have a language of hope. Think. Give yourself a vision of who you are when you get to the other side of this mountain. What do you hope to see? Hope. I really hope that I am able to find love again. And I'll tell you what, go even further than that. I know I'm going to find love again. I know I'm going to have some real friends one day. That's the real hope language. Like, don't be shy about it. Be confident that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of faithful friends, not loyal. I hate the word loyal. That's one of those words that I like to take out of my vocabulary, because if you want loyal people, that's exactly what you're going to get. I want you to put better words in your vocabulary. Go for faithful people. Loyal people, they leave and they always come back because they are loyal. That's why you get a loyalty card at the grocery store, because guess what? Yes, you can go shopping at CVS, but you may also go to Kroger and you may also go to Walmart and you have all these little loyalty cards. But when someone is faithful, they're not going nowhere else, okay? They are with you all the time. So if you want to settle for loyalty, because yes, those same people are always going to come back, but I want you to go a step further. I'm going to have faithful friends, faithful employees, a faithful staff, one who loves me, one who cherishes my vision and wants to help me succeed. I am confident that one day, and you pull that gratefulness part, I'm grateful that I learned who I do not want to work with, because now I know what, and I know how to value the team that I'm supposed to have in this new journey, right? Have a language of hope. Not a weak one. Oh, I hope that'll happen. No, this is going to happen for me. I'm a better person now. I'm smarter than now. I will be wealthy, right? I'm no longer naive with money. I've got my budget together. I've got my investments together. I'm starting small, but I will be wealthy one day. I'm going to buy that house. I'm going to get my dream home one day. Have a language of hope. These are the ways that you coach yourself from that victim status when you're in that moment, you're trying to gain control over your emotions and you're not quite sure how to get out of that dark space and you're ruminating on the pain and the rage that you've been through. So just remember, one is know your inner power. Know your inner power. Acknowledge it. You have to acknowledge that. Whatever you have in your heart, you'll continue to create it. And if you do not, like I said, create distance. If you don't give yourself some distance from it, it's going to feel like it's still real in your mind and it's still happening to you. Create that distance. Build bridges with hope. Have a heart of gratitude. Have a language of gratitude. So develop that winning language that is going to help you on your journey, on your health and wellness journey, your mental health journey, okay? So always, like, I've been enjoying this. I see my coaches online. I love working out with her. She's amazing. So instead of me saying, I really hope that I'm going to look great and I'm going to feel great, I'm like, I can't wait till the day comes where I am feeling great. I'm feeling my best. I'm looking my best. That is how you create the language of hope. Get that vision of yourself. What do you look like healed? What are you working for? What are you aiming for? Don't be passive about that language. It's not about being cocky. It's just about knowing that I am taking the right steps. I am far from the things that I used to be. I'm taking every step that I need to take. And because of that, I can take confidence in knowing that God is going to bring me into my promised land. So speak on that promised land, whatever it is for you. Be excited about it. Develop that excitement in your heart for where you're going, even if you're not there yet. You know, I can't promise you that it's never going to hurt when those thoughts come to your mind. I wish I knew that. I'm still working on some of those spaces myself, but I just don't want you to sit in it too long, and I don't want it to define you to the point that you are weighed down and you can't come into the best version of yourself and live the destined victory that you were born and created to live, okay? You are powerful. You are beautiful. You are incredible. You can do this. I hope that this was very, very encouraging for you. Please go in. You can watch some of my videos. I have a YouTube channel where I continue to support leaders like yourself with this sort of content around communications. And like I said, I've been putting a huge emphasis on how to communicate with yourself. If this was helpful, please just drop something in the comments. Let me know. If there's other types of videos or content that you want to see from me, I'd love to hear from you. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. God bless you. I'm praying for you. And I hope that this was helpful in your journey of healing.